Hello viewers and followers of National Drug Authority. My name is Abias Rwamwira and I'm the Public Relations Manager at National Drug Authority. I'm excited to share with you the new initiative we have started, where we will be bringing to you an insight into what National Drug Authority does. We have hashtagged it NDA reports. I will be bringing to you different technical experts to explain to us as the public what NDA does, why, and what would be at stake if they don't do what they do in regard to drug regulation and safety. In our maiden episode of NDA reports, I'm happy to bring to you Dr. Michael Mutiaba, who is the manager of herbal medicines at National Drug Authority, to share with us what would be at stake if herbal medicines are not regulated. Thank you and welcome Dr. Michael Mutiaba to our first episode of NDA reports.
Thank you, Abias.
Dr. Michael, why does National Drug Authority have to regulate herbal medicine?
National Drug Authority is mandated to ensure that the general public gets access to safe, efficacious, and quality medicines. And these medicines include herbal medicines. So that is one of our visions, mandates at National Drug Authority. What I have to note that we do not currently regulate the home concoctions. For example, if my auntie in the local language could be called Senga goes to the backyard garden and he gets a herb and he makes a concoction then he gives to the children. That is in the community, in the home setting. Currently it's not regulated by National Drug Authority, but any product that exceeds the community setting, the commercial supply chain, these products needs to be regulated because we need to see the safety profile of the product in the wider population to ensure that the people who are accessing this product get a safe and efficacious quality product. How does
NDA regulate herbal medicine?
One of the requirements that we ask the herbalists to have is analytical reports of their products, because we believe that the quality of a product is inbuilt. One of the tests is the phytochemical analysis. In simple terms, this test ensures that the product contains components of plant origin. The other test is a microbial analysis report to ensure that this product does not have the microbes, the bacteria that would again affect the person who is taking the medicines. Many government agencies have taken up this mandate and they're able to facilitate the herbalists in carrying out these tests. We do audits of the manufacturing facilities of these herbal products. And when we visit these herbal manufacturing facilities, we do it for two objectives. One of the objectives is to carry out regulatory training to see how best we can improve the quality of the product that is being manufactured at the site. Secondly, is to do a quality assurance inspection to ensure that the processes the applicant, the manufacturer of this product goes through to manufacture this product can ensure that in the end, the final product is of quality. One of the basic examples, if you declare that your product contains, for example, ginger, we would visit your premise and look at the manufacturing process to ensure that you have these materials available. NDA has done many capacity building trainings, for example, related trainings for the herbalists, the herbal manufacturers, but also we have done related trainings with the leaders of the herbal associations. NDA collaborated with the Ministry of Education. Out of this collaboration, now the country has a training curriculum. And this training curriculum will ensure that the end product is of quality from the stage of the of the garden to what is manufactured.
What does one have to do to make sure that their product passes through, a first step of notification?
NDA, through the support of management and the board, noted that there's need to support the local industry. And first of all, the applicants have to pay a fee, but this is a very minimal fee. It is only 10,000 Uganda shillings. This was a fee set such that to ensure local research and development of the herbal medicines. One of the requirements is to submit an application form along with the required fees and the analytical reports to support your products. These include the phytochemical, microbial, acute toxicity, among others. And we also need two physical samples representative of what is on the market. That notwithstanding, NDA also has to visit your manufacturing premise to ensure that you're actually manufacturing the product and you're not a briefcase company. We also encourage herbalists, for those that do not have manufacturing premises, to do contract manufacturing.
After you visited, someone has submitted those tests you mentioned, what call them a dossier. How does it take to have someone's product notified? And in the past few years, how many products have we as National Drug Authority been able to allow onto the market?
We normally, our standard delivery time is about 3 months. We normally do it within 3 months, but we do a first in, first out process. But also it's incumbent on the applicants to see how best or how prepared have they made their documentation, or to what level of preparation have they gone when they submit an application. Inadvertently, in some cases we find for submitting corporate applications, missing data. There's no ethnobotanical use to support the new indications that they may be claiming. And we always, after assessment, we communicate to the applicants our observations and technical guidance on how best he or she can improve their product. So it is incumbent upon them to see how soon they can respond to our queries. We have notified about 190 products.
Thank you, Dr. Mutyaba. There is a concern that I have gone through the first notification process of herbal medicine approval. Now my product is allowed onto the market. Do I need to take my herbal product through clinical trials?
When we approve the herbal products, we take into consideration the documented scientific evidence that is available. Key issue about herbal products is the ethnobotanical use. Ethnobotanical use means the history of use of this product within the communities. And in most cases, ethnobotanical use that is available, data that's available, supports use of herbal medicines in regard to relief of certain symptoms. But if an applicant wants to have a curative claim or treatment whereby the person says that he has to cure a certain disease, we have to note that some of these conditions are new. The ethnobotanical data that is available was not related to these diseases, though it may relate to the symptoms that they present. So if an applicant has to claim curative and therapeutic claims, he has to do clinical trials. To date, we have notified about 190 products, and there are different products that are in the process of preparing clinical trial protocols. So far, one product is under clinical trials, product of natural origin. So we encourage applicants, and also we provide technical support to those applicants to progress to carry out clinical trials. And you know, given this era we have been in, we need to see how we improve our domestic therapeutics.
Do herbal medicines have side effects?
We know that every medicine has a magnitude of side effects. We look at the medicine, we look at the benefit-risk analysis profile. We allow medicines for use when the benefit outweighs the risk. Now, when you look at herbal medicines, some natural plants are very toxic for certain disease conditions, and they're not recommended for people who have those disease conditions. And that information, if that information is not provided.
Thank you, Dr. Mutiaba, for your insights into how NDA regulates herbal medicine. And for me, the key thing is that every drug, herbal, conventional, provided it is going to be allowed for commercial, general public use, NDA is mandated to look into it, and how you do it, making sure you analyze the product, supporting the manufacturer, going into our lab that I will be bringing to our viewers in our next episode to see how NDA analyzes herbal medicine that is already onto the market, that has issues that the public complains about. I'll be bringing that to you in our next episode. And you, as the viewer, you can follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, but also you can send us a WhatsApp message 0791415555. We look forward to sharing with you the insights into NDA works.